Hi friends, welcome back to the Sierra Science Show channel and welcome to a new video. So as you can tell, I'm starting this video in my car, which means that I'm not in my room in my normal little setup, which you can obviously probably guess that this video was pretty sporadic, not planned. So here's the lowdown. I am on my way to a concert tonight in Portland, Oregon. I'm leaving a little bit early. I'm leaving campus early because I'm going to a VIP meet and greet with Fly By Midnight, who are the openers for Jake Miller. He is the headliner. It's his Hi, I Missed You tour, and I'm very excited. I bought these tickets back in May, knowing that I would be up back at school, and I'm just like so excited that today is finally here. I'm going to a meet and greet for Fly By Midnight, and they were doing like pop-up meet and greets, and I bought tickets for tonight's show, and I didn't know where or when the meet and greet would be until the day of, so I just got the email around 11 this morning, and it's at 3 p.m., and the show itself doesn't start until 4. So here's the plan. I have time to kill between 3:30 and 7 at the show, so if you know Portland, you know that one of the big bookstores in Portland, Oregon is Powell's bookstore. So I'm going to do a little impromptu reading bookstore vlog. I'm going to take you all around Powell's when I get up to Portland after my meet and greet, while I'm just killing time before my concert tonight. And yeah, that's really all that I have planned for this video. I don't know if it'll actually end up making it to YouTube. If it does, hi, this was very unplanned and I'm sorry for the chaoticness. I'm very excited if you can't tell. I also introed this video in my car because I was too nervous to intro it in my room because my roommates were home and I was like, they don't know about my YouTube channel, it's scary. So that's why we're in the car. We're starting off in the car tonight. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sierra Science Show channel and welcome to a new video. This is very impromptu. I don't even know if this is going to make it to YouTube, but we're going to do it anyway. So I'm on my way to a concert tonight. I'm seeing Jake Miller and Fly By Midnight. I'm really excited. I'm about to head out from campus and go up to Portland. But anyway, I need to start talking. I need to go ahead and get on the road. So yeah, I will talk to y'all when we're at Powell's and let's go explore the bookstore together. about a week and a half since those clips that you just saw were filmed, and now I am finally getting the time to sit down and record the little haul that I had for you all. Okay, so the very first book that I gravitated towards once I was in Powell's is The Gilded Ones. This book is by Namina Forna. A couple weeks ago, I watched Jessie from Book Ties and Books reading vlog on their Black Royal Magic series, and they featured this book and they really enjoyed it. I've also seen a couple other booktubers read and review this book and they really enjoyed it, so I'm very excited to finally hop on this bandwagon and read this book. This is a pretty popular booktube pick, so you probably already know what this book is about, but if you don't, this book features a 16-year-old girl. It's in a West African inspired setting. She lives in this village and there's this kind of blood magic in this world, and basically the society is separated by the color of their blood. So if you have red blood, you're kind of like normal and you belong in the village. Unfortunately, Decca's, the main character of the book, her blood is gold and she has some kind of supernatural intuition powers, and the day of the ceremony to figure out what type of blood you have, her blood runs gold instead of red, so now she's outcast from the village and the story takes off from there. So that's the premise, that's what I understand about this book. I'm very excited to read it and follow the story and see where it goes. After I picked up The Gilded Ones, I was walking through the young adult section, as I do, and I remembered that I recently finished the second book of the Spin the Dawn duology by Elizabeth Lim. The second book is called Unravel the Dusk. I finished it a couple months ago. Really enjoyed it. I was kind of like, oh, I'm here, let me see if I can pick up another Elizabeth Lim book. And lo and behold, I found Six Crimson Cranes, which is the first book of her new series or duology. I'm not sure if it's going to be a series. So I promise I tried to Google the pronunciation of this main character's name, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to hope and pray that I say it right. But I believe the main character's name is Shiori Amma. She already has some kind of a magic, and she is trying to keep it under control and trying to force herself into accepting this arranged marriage that she doesn't want to be in. And the day of the ceremony, everything goes south and she loses control of this power that she has. And basically, I think it's her mom, not her mom, her stepmom. Her stepmom is a sorceress, and basically after she ruins this marriage, the ceremony does not go to plan, she banishes her from the empire and turns her brothers into cranes, and basically says if she ever speaks of it again, every time she speaks of it, one of her brothers will die. So that is the premise. Not sure about that setup, but I'm very excited to see where this story goes, and I really love Elizabeth Lim's writing. Okay, and the last book that I got while I was in Portland, I am very excited about because I got the first book through participating in Lee Lynn's blog tour from Lee Lynn's Reads. This is Redemptor by Jordan Ifugo. It is the sequel of the Raybearer, her first book in this series. Unfortunately, I do have the first one in a digital version, but I found the sequel in Powell's and it's autographed. Yeah, Jordan Ifugo signed this copy and I'm very happy about it. So it's been a little while since I have been in the world of Aritsar and revisiting the events of the first book, but basically what I remember from the first book, Tarisay is now the Redemptor. She is now the person in charge of the council, and she has to appoint the council of her own. From where the last book took off, she was basically trying to appease the underworld spirits, and basically something about that goes wrong in this next book, and now she has to travel to the underworld to try to appease the spirits and save the people on her council and her family. Kind of don't want to know a lot about what happens with sequels of books. I kind of just want to jump in and see like what happens, so I'm very excited. I might have to touch up on the events of what happened from the first book to make sure that I understand going into this next one, but when I saw this on the shelf, I was instantly like, yep, I gotta get it, because I have been dying to figure out what the next steps are for this world in Tarisay. Okay, so technically those are the three books that I picked up while I was at Powell's, and so that concludes my Powell's bookstore haul for y'all. However, in the last week I have received book mail. I received a book from Penguin Teen because I am part of the Penguin Teen partnership program, and so I got book mail and I wanted to go ahead and open it for y'all. There's something so satisfying about opening book mail. Like, I love it so much. When the pandemic hit, a lot of publishers just switched to sending e-arcs to people that are on like mailing lists. So I've been receiving a lot of e-arcs over the past like year and a half. I think the last physical book mail that I got was from Epic Reads when I did the Grown cover recreation. I can pop that picture here if you didn't see it, but that was like a while ago. So this will be the first bit of book mail that I got since that. So this book that I received from Penguin Teen is a little bit out of my genre realm, so I'm like excited and curious to see if I enjoy this type of book. But basically I received a hard copy version of Margot Mertz Takes It Down, and this is by Carrie McCrossan and Ian McWethy. This person on the cover, Margot, she is like a high school internet whiz, and basically her whole job or her whole objective is to go around, sleuth on the internet, and take down any inappropriate pictures, nude photographs, anything like that of her classmates. And she does this by commission. I think she makes money from it. She gets commissioned one day to take down some revenge porn from students of her high school, but she ends up finding an entire site of revenge porn just dedicated to underage girls going to her high school. And so it turns into a way bigger task and a way bigger objective and motivation for Margot to just go after whoever has this website and manages it. So that is what I understand about this book. It's supposed to be humorous and funny. It deals with obviously some very sensitive topics, so we'll see how that balance is achieved or attempted in this book. Hopefully it's not too like trivial and it's not too light, but I also think that there is some room for humor in like trolling people that do horrible things like that. So I'm curious to see how I enjoy this book, or what my opinion of it is in the end. But yeah, thank you so much to Penguin Teen for sending me this book as part of the Penguin Teen Influencer Program. Alright, so there you have it. Those are 3 books that I got from Powell's in Portland, Oregon, and also some book mail from Penguin Teen. Thank you all so much for watching. Comment if you have seen or read any of these books and if you have any opinions on them. And besides that, I will see you all on the channel next Sunday. Bye everybody.